Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about chess notations. In some tournaments you may see that the players write down their moves. They do that in order to review the game after the game ends and study the board so they can find their inaccuracies, their blunders, and make sure to never repeat these mistakes again. They write down their moves using chess notations. And in chess notations, every piece has its own symbol, as well as every action like checking, capturing, castling, and many others. So without any further ado, let's go piece by piece and see how they are symbolized. Starting with the king. The king is symbolized with the capital letter K, queen with the capital letter Q, rook with the capital letter R, knight. You might guess that it's symbolized with capital letter K, but that's not the case. The knight is symbolized with the capital letter N, because in English, as you know, the KN is pronounced as N. So the knight is symbolized with M. Because if the knight was symbolized with K as well, then it would be pretty confusing. And bishop is symbolized with the capital letter B. The pawn has no symbolism, and that means that if you want to say that the white moved the pawn from E2 to E4, you just write that the first move was E4. And if you want to say that the black responded with E5, then you write E5. And for the second move, if the white plays knight to B3, knight to C3, and that's the way we know which square each piece lands. So we write knight to C3. And if the black plays the bishop to B4, we write bishop to B4. So each piece's symbol is always in capital letters, and the square names are always in small letters. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, we will leave this as this. For checking, we simply write the plus sign. For capturing, we have the X. Castling on the king side, as I mentioned on an earlier video, is symbolized like this. And castling on the queen side is symbolized like this, with 3 O's in a row. Stalemate is symbolized with the dollar sign, but with only one stripe. And the checkmate is symbolized with the hashtag symbol. Okay, let's now keep writing Now the white plays the bishop to c4. We are going to write bishop to c4. If the black responds with pawn to d6, we are just going to write d6, because remember, the pawn has no symbolism, has no symbol. The fourth move will be the white plays pawn to a3. We will just write a3. The black will probably move the bishop, but for this example, let's say that the black bishop captures the knight on c3. So we write bishop captures with x, knight on c3. So now notice that in this position the white has two pawns that can capture the bishop at the c3. So in this case, the way we write which pawn captures this bishop will be like the pawn at, let's say this pawn, the d2 pawn captures the bishop, will be d captures bishop at c3. If we wanted to write that this pawn captures the bishop at c3, it will be the b pawn captures the bishop at c3. But since the d pawn captured the bishop, we will go with that. Now let's say the black moved the knight to f6, the f file and the 6th rank. We will write knight at f6. Simple as that. For the 6th move, let's say the white bishop captures the pawn at f7. Will be bishop captures f7 and check. The black's only response will be for the king to capture the bishop. It will be king captures bishop at f7. Let's move on to 7th move. Let's say the white moves the knight to f3. it will be written as knight f3. Let's say the black responds with bishop to g4. It will be bishop g4. And the white castles on the king side, and we will write it like this. The black moves the pawn to h5, we will simply write h5, and so on and so forth. That's generally the idea of the notations in chess. Okay, let's see now how the checkmate is symbolized. The symbol is this, but let's see how we write it. So it's white's turn, and it has one move for checkmate. The one move for checkmate is knight to f7. So we will write knight to f7 checkmate. And the same will apply to stalemate if this was a stalemate. So if it was a stalemate, we will write knight to f7 stalemate. Simple as that. Let's see what do we do when two pieces can go to the same square. Take a look at these two knights. They both can capture this pawn. So if I simply write knight captures c7, then how the person that sees the game and reviews the game, how will that person know which knight captured this pawn? To avoid ourselves this problem, we write that the knight from the b5 square, knight e5, captures c7, and if we wanted to write that this knight, that the knight on the d5 captures the c7, we will write knight at d5 captures c7. Simple as that. And the same thing applies with rooks. For example, these two rooks can both go on any of these four squares. Let's say the f1 rook moved to the c1 square. We will write that the rook from f1 moved to c1. And if we wanted to write that the rook from a1 moved to c1, we will write rook a1 c1. It's that simple. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Goodbye.